Hey, what is going on, guys? It's the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and wow. So there's been a lot of wrestling stuff that has been happening over the weekend that I've been wanting to cover. And yes, good and bad news that has come out in the world of professional wrestling. But I've been just very busy over the weekend, so I wasn't able to cover some of this stuff that's been coming out. But one of the biggest things that just came out today, I think it was towards last night where it officially kind of surfaced, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the exact timeline of when this came out, but wow, this is really bad, and this should never happen, and it's just disgusting hearing about it. AEW wrestling star Sammy from Inner Circle member, basically he has been suspended indefinitely at following a podcast thing he had said on a podcast where he said I'm not going to say what he actually said, but he said that he would R her, referring to Sasha Banks. He said, Sasha, he would R her. Very, very offensive. And just, ridiculous. Poor choice of words on every level. I don't know exactly. Now, this podcast was in 2016. I don't know what the I don't know how old he was at the time in 2016. I didn't know him in 2016. I never had seen him on television before. I didn't know who he was until AEW was created last year. The guy, I've seen some of his matches. Well, I've seen a lot of his matches in AEW. The guy is a talented worker. Funny thing is, when I first seen him, I thought he was like Justin Bieber come alive in wrestling. Now I think of a completely different thing after this. But so yeah, just disgusting, and I hope he learns from this. Supposedly he and Sasha had talked earlier today, I guess, and he had apologized to her, which is good. I've seen some people being like, she forgave him, so he shouldn't get, punished for this, no. He should get punished for that. Guys, that's insane. You can't say stuff like that. That's ridiculous. And even though I don't think, I'm just going to go on a limb that I don't think that that's what he meant, it's still very, very not okay to do that. No one, whether it's a man or a woman, should be harassed like that. I mean, that was essentially like disgraceful comment in itself. So he's being suspended indefinitely. I don't exactly know what AEW's suspension system is. I mean, they're a newer company, so their suspension system isn't like WWE, where they have a consistent pattern when it comes to punishments and whatnot for suspensions. I'm gonna assume he's gonna be suspended for 60 to 90 days. that would probably make the more sense. I know WWE, for their wellness policy, they suspend people for 30 days on their first offense, and then their second it's 30, or not 30, 60, but that is more for, violating, testing positive for drugs, basically, steroids. So that's kind of a completely different situation, because that's not what this is. This is more of, personal conduct, essentially. And so, Jericho, I think, was suspended for 30 days for kicking a flag back when he was with WWE. But again, AEW doesn't really have a suspension, so I don't even know if they have a wellness program right now. So I don't even know what their standards are for, suspensions in terms of how long a performer can be suspended for. While he is suspended, his salary that he would have made, because it's going to be without pay, the salary that he would have made is going to a women's shelter in Jacksonville. So I think, that's a pretty good thing by AEW. They're not just going to keep his money. They're going to give it to an actual good cause. So that's very good on AEW's part. I think good decision on them. I just hope Sammy, whether he goes to counseling or whatnot, he learns from this. He was, I think, in his early 20s. So hopefully he learns from this mistake. Now I don't know if AEW will ever bring him back. I'm not, he's suspended indefinitely. That doesn't necessarily mean that he'll actually be brought back. But if he is brought back, he's got to answer to the women wrestlers on that roster. I mean, I'm almost certain they're going to be the first people that are in front of him about what he did. But he definitely, deserves a punishment. And, I mean, guys, yes, they could have easily fired him. But, he said this a while back. I mean, he was a young, immature idiot, at the time. And he said something really stupid. Personally, I don't know how the hell nobody figured out he was saying this, or he had said this, because this has been available apparently since 2016. I mean, it was on a podcast. So how no one knew about this, I'll never know. I mean, yes, I know not many people knew him in 2016, but, I mean, he's been on AEW since, 2019 when AEW launched. So, I mean, he's gotten popular, since then. So, I don't know how this just surfaced now. It's been available online for that long. I mean, geez. So I don't know the exact timeline on how this all even got leaked out. Apparently, this got, someone can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but apparently that this got leaked even though this has been public since 2016 on a podcast, is that Sasha Banks and Bayley were in an NXT Tag Team Championship match. They were on NXT. And during that same time slot, AEW had Sammy and Jericho as tag team partners in a tag team match on AEW Dynamite. Because they were going head to head. AEW's been beating NXT a lot in the ratings. Like, NXT occasionally will get a win, but it won't be by that much. Typically AEW wins in the ratings. So what WWE has been doing is they've been trying to book, main roster wrestlers, from time to time on NXT to compete with AEW. And that's what this was this week with Sasha and Bayley appearing on NXT and doing a tag team championship match defending their titles. So Sasha and Bayley were bragging about how they gained a bunch of viewers. And Jericho then chimed in talking about how, it's all about the 18 to 49 demographic, so they were still better, in the ratings and whatnot. And at some point after that, somebody revealed this situation about it, and that's how this got out. But again, it was public since 2016, which to me is just amazing that it's been out there this long publicly. I mean, this was not like a private thing, that we magically found out. This was something that was literally public on somebody's actual podcast where anyone could have seen, and it's just amazing how no one picked up on it until now. But nonetheless, it was the right thing. You shouldn't be saying that crap. Under no circumstances that should not have been done, and I think AEW acted correctly in this. He was a young, immature guy. We've all said stupid stuff in our late teens, early 20s. We all have. Don't deny it. You have. Everyone has. Obviously not probably to this extreme, but still nonetheless, we have all done this. So I'm really hoping that Sammy gets better and he learns how effed up he was for doing this. And hopefully he can come back. I don't know if he'll be in the Inner Circle still, because Jericho basically, I'm assuming Jericho pretty much, controls, how that group is booked. Since AEW has freedom of how you book stuff. I don't know if Jericho's going to want him back in the Inner Circle. I don't know. That's something that he might not want to do anymore, or have him back there. He had a good spot, being on that Inner Circle faction. And, 2-3 months from now, if he is able to come back, this might be it. He might not, he's definitely not going to be the same when he comes back. He might, rise back up, but there's no way. I don't know if you could really trust him with the title or anything like that now with this. And this is really going to hurt him going forward for booking, I don't know if Jericho spoke on it or not. In terms of if he wants to bring him back or have him be in the Inner Circle still, but I don't know. That's going to be a tough call, to keep him in, or replace him with another guy, because the Inner Circle is one of the, top tier factions right now going in, professional wrestling. A lot of people really are liking the Inner Circle right now. So that's going to be a tough situation that they're going to have to figure out. The AEW is going to have to figure out. And like I said, it's, it definitely, deserved to happen regardless of what happens, to his status with the AEW company and the Inner Circle and all that stuff, because he should not have said that. Again, this was before he was part of AEW, but still, it's still ridiculous. It amazes me that, literally a rating war, argument is what made us find out about this. But yeah, that's what happened, guys, and that's how we got to deal with this. Right call by AEW, I feel bad most for Sasha Banks because, obviously Sasha, had to come out of this, and, I don't know what Sammy's, like I said, apparently he was, a part of WWE at one point, as a 1 week tryout thing, I don't know, but, that's just, That's just insane. And Sasha doesn't deserve to hear something like that, and it's just ridiculous in all itself. And you know, um, you know, the fact that Sasha was willing to talk to Sammy after this was released, I think, was more gutsy, because I don't know that many people that would want to talk to him after something like that. So, kudos to her. Um, I'm willing to give him. I'm willing to give Sammy another chance because I am willing to give Sammy another chance because Sasha forgave him. Sasha made that tweet, but that's really the only reason. Because she was willing to forgive him, and he is a talented wrestler, man. Like he is. He is a talented wrestler, and so we'll see what he does. We'll see what he does in the next couple of months. Hopefully, he gets better and learns from this. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this situation. Comment, rate. If you like this video or my other videos, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell for all the latest contents. I do have a Discord link in the description, and that's about it, guys. I am Yes's Ultimate Goku. I'm out of here. Peace.